United States, Vietnam, Thailand. The echoes of a war that ended half a century ago still ripple today. Not in jungles, not in battlefields, but in the lives of children born of war and left behind. During the Vietnam War, America operated air bases in Thailand. From these runways, bombers launched missions over North Vietnam. Tens of thousands of American soldiers lived here. Many found companionship in Thai women. From those short-lived romances came children. But when the soldiers left, the women were alone, and the children grew up with only questions. Today's tools, DNA databases and the digital web, may lead these children closer to their roots. But for many, the search comes too late. Their parents may already have passed, leaving only fragments of stories and fading memories. This is the bittersweet reality we share with you on US Mag. This is US Mag. In 1970, a young Thai woman gave birth to a baby girl. Her name, Jenny Stuber. Her mother lived near Utapao Air Base, one of America's largest wartime outposts. Jenny recalls her earliest story. After my birth, my mother couldn't keep me. She gave me to a friend, but even she couldn't raise me. Eventually, Jenny was taken in by the Pearl S. Buck Foundation, a charity for what they called war-born unwanted children. The identity of her father was lost. All anyone knew, he was an American at Utapao. This airfield wasn't just another base. It was one of 8 in Thailand. And it was a critical hub for America's B-52 bombers. Between 1965 and 1973, more than 3.4 million Americans served across Southeast Asia. At the height of the conflict, 50,000 soldiers were stationed in Thailand alone. Bars, clubs, brothels. Entire districts grew up around those bases. Some soldiers fell in love, others sought only escape. Jenny was born from one of those fleeting connections. At just 3 weeks old, a Swiss couple adopted her. She grew up with their children. To Jenny, life felt normal. Until one day, she remembers. In a Bangkok department store, a woman asked me where my mother was. I pointed to the blonde woman beside me. Her face froze. Shock, confusion, and for the first time, I wondered, what did she see that I did not? Through bedtime stories, Jenny slowly learned the truth. She was adopted. By 14, her family had returned to Switzerland. But in her heart, Jenny carried a promise. One day, she would return. One day, she would search for her real parents. That day came in 2022. Through DNA testing, Jenny finally located her biological father in the United States. But her journey wasn't over, because at 53 years old, Jenny still hasn't found her Thai mother. She admits through tears, I keep telling myself, I may never meet her. My story may never have a happy ending. Jenny was not alone. Years earlier, another child carried the same questions. His name, Morris Clay Roberts. Like Jenny, he was born of a brief relationship between a U.S. serviceman and a Thai woman. Like Jenny, he was handed to the Pearl S. Buck Foundation. By 1968, the foundation counted more than 2,000 children of mixed Thai and American heritage. They were given a name, Amerasians. But when American fathers went home, most severed all ties. Less than 5% ever sent support, and nearly all of those stopped within a year. Morris was placed with a wealthy Thai family, but instead of love, he remembers cruelty. I was treated like a servant. At home, I was beaten. At school, I fought constantly. My dark skin made people see me as dirty, worthless. He ran away often, but was always dragged back. Finally, at 17, he left for good. With help from the foundation, he finished school. Later, he built a career in entertainment. On television, he became known simply as Morris. And on those shows, he made a plea. Help me find my mother. In 1995, at age 34, that plea was answered. Morris remembers, she appeared at my apartment. I wanted to hug her, but I didn't. The longing had turned into anger. I needed to know why. Her answer cut deep. Raising a dark-skinned child without a father, she said, was shameful. By giving him up, she could remarry. Start over. Morris later learned his father had been stationed east of Bangkok. But his mother had burned every photo, destroyed every reminder. She couldn't even remember his name. She erased him completely. People already believed she was a sex worker. Scholar Picharan Lapanan examined the delicate and often complicated connections between Thai women and American soldiers stationed far from home. In her research, Love, Money, Obligation, Transnational Marriage in a Northeastern Thai Village, In many cases, these were not lifelong unions. They were temporary partnerships. For a few months, couples lived together as if they were husband and wife. And then the soldier would be called away, either back to the battlefield or returned to America. Within Thai society, some began to use a harsh phrase for these women. They called them rental wives. About 10 years after hearing fragments of his mother's story, she passed away. And with her death, Morris thought his search for his biological father had ended forever. But time has a way of opening new doors. Years later, curiosity pushed him to take a DNA test through an American ancestry company. The results revealed something unexpected, a distant cousin. So Morris reached out, and he asked the question that had haunted him his whole life. Did anyone in your family live in Thailand between 1964 and 1966? The answer was yes. There was one man, an American named Isaiah Roberts. In 2019, with his cousin's help, Morris connected with Roberts for the very first time, not in person, but over a video call. Roberts already had 3 grown children of his own, and now, suddenly, a new chapter of his life had opened. Then came the global pandemic. Lockdowns, restrictions, travel bans, the reunion Morris longed for was delayed for years. But finally, in 2022, Morris boarded a plane to Alabama. There he came face to face with his father, a man who was now 85 years old. A DNA test confirmed it, a 99.6% genetic match. But Roberts didn't need paperwork to believe it. Morris remembers his words clearly. "We don't need more DNA tests. My DNA is written on your face." In an interview later, Roberts admitted, "I knew he could be my son because I had a relationship with his mother. I will not reject him. I accept him, and I take responsibility." Earlier this year, Morris made a choice that would change his life. He walked away from his career as a TV host in Thailand and moved to the United States to live with his father. Now, he shares glimpses of his new life online. Jenny often watches videos of Morris finally embracing his father. Her eyes well up because in 2022, she too found her father. But unlike Morris, she has never met him. At 78 years old, he sits in a U.S. prison. They exchange letters, photos, love at a distance. When Jenny asked about her mother, his answer crushed her. "I never even knew her full name." With that, the trail went cold. He remembered only this. She worked at a food stall outside Utah. They spent 10 months together before he was called home. The Army was sending his younger brother to Saigon, and under U.S. military policy, siblings could not serve overseas at the same time. He never knew she was pregnant, and he regrets to this day never asking her name. Afterward, he married, divorced, raised 2 more children. Jenny, meanwhile, has walked the streets of Thailand countless times. She has spoken with local officials. She has searched the neighborhoods where food stalls once stood, but no trace of her mother remains. "I've tried to imagine her face," Jenny says. "My father told me, 'Jenny, look in the mirror, smile, and you'll see her there.'" For now, Jenny holds on to one hope, that her father will be freed from prison, that she might see him, if only on a video call. Softly, she reflects, maybe next year, or the year after, or perhaps never. Legacy of war. Morris's pain reflected a larger truth. Alongside these unwanted children, Thailand's sex trade expanded rapidly. Professor Janos Zilberberg explains, American soldiers fought in Vietnam, but relaxed in Thailand. When the war ended, tourists replaced the soldiers. In 1960, Thailand saw just 200,000 visitors. By 1970, that number had quadrupled. Within a decade, 5 million. Today, Thailand remains one of the world's top tourist destinations. And its red light districts? They still sit in the same neighborhoods that once housed American bases. The war ended long ago, but its shadow lingers. These stories are not just about the past. They are about identity, about belonging, about finding pieces of ourselves that history tried to erase. If this journey moved you, if it made you stop and think about family, love, and the cost of war, then don't let it end here. Subscribe to US Mag. Share this story with someone who needs to hear it, and help us keep uncovering the truths that shape who we are.